So guys, Al Haymon has got a lot of stick of late. Al Haymon, a lot of people have been talking bad about Al Haymon, having a lot of bad things to say about Al Haymon. Even saying Al Haymon's blocking fights, he's not making the fights that the fans want to see. And you could probably blame Al Haymon. You could probably have a dig at Al Haymon. However, I want to look at the welterweight division. Al Haymon is just... There's going to be 2 fights. So one fight's been announced in Pacquaio and Thurman, which is a great fight for the fans. It's the fight that the fans wanted to see. And also, he's made Spence Porter, which is, again, another cracking fight. Another cracking fight. So, yes, a lot of people are critical because it feels like Al Haymon is freezing out Terence Crawford. And people want to see Terence Crawford. But, you know, I believe when the time's right, Al Haymon will make the fights with Crawford as well. But right now, he needs to see who's the best out of his lot. You know, he's making his guys fight each other. Then I believe once there's a last man standing, I feel that Terence Crawford will be introduced into the mix. There's been a lot of criticism of Al Haymon, you know, making with the heavyweights, not making the Joshua Wilder fights, and the fact that, you know, Wilder turned down $120 million. And a lot of people blamed Al Haymon for that, saying Al Haymon was the reason Wilder turned that down. He has control over Wilder's career. So Al Haymon's got a lot of stick, but give the man credit where he deserves. You know, look at the welterweight division and the 2 fights he's just recently made. 2 big fights. Now, Spence Porter, we know it's going to get done. That's a big fight, right? Pacquiao Thurman, that's a big fight. And let's be honest, all of you guys have been very excited about both fights. A lot of you have commented on my channel, can't wait for these fights. These fights are exciting. But at the same time, a lot of people want to give Al Haymon a lot of stick, you know, for Crawford. But Bob Arum and Al Haymon don't have a great relationship. So Bob Arum deserves stick as well. You know, it's not just Al Haymon at fault. Al Haymon's making the fights amongst his guys. You know, Bob Arum's making probably the fights amongst his guys. You know, but... You've got to understand, Al Haymon's made 2 cracking fights in the welterweight division. Also, Al Haymon, I believe Andy Ruiz is an Al Haymon fighter. He's given his fighter a chance to fight Anthony Joshua on DAZN. So, this is what I'm trying to say, that Al Haymon's making the fights that he can make. He's making the great fights. Now, you can't say to me that Pacquiao Thurman and Porter Spence isn't a great fight. Aren't great fights and are not fights that we won't be excited about. Trust me, we will be excited about those fights. So I believe Al Haymon gets a lot of stick, and it's always Al Haymon that's getting the stick. Bob Arum deserves stick. You know, all the other promoters deserve a lot of stick. You know, it's not just Al Haymon. Al Haymon's making the fights. He's making the big fights that, you know, amongst his fighters. And that's all you can ask for. You know, if he's got a problem with Bob Arum, then that's, you know, that's both of them that deserve stick, because both of them need to have a better relationship, because both of them have meaningful fighters, and we need to see those guys mix and fight each other. But I don't think, I feel like Al Haymon gets a lot more stick than the others for some reason. I don't know why, you know. And Al Haymon, like I said, has just made 2 cracking fights in the welterweight division, you know, to get close to seeing an undisputed champion. You know, Spence and Porter are champions. So the winner out of that will be unified champion. Then I'm pretty sure he could fight I would like to see, after, if Spence is to get past Porter, then for Al Haymon to turn his attention to make Crawford and Spence. Because the fight with Pacquiao and Thurman, whoever wins that, can be made at any time. But the Crawford fight, he may go down the route of fighting, if the winner of Spence and Porter, fighting with Thurman and Pacquiao. That may happen as well. And then look to make the Crawford fight for the undisputed. Actually, looking at it from a financial point of view, it would make more sense for the winner of Spence Porter to fight Thurman Pacquiao and then fight Crawford for the undisputed, if they work for that, because then they could have it on both platforms as well and no one would complain. But I do think Al Haymon gets a lot of stick, unnecessary stick, which he doesn't deserve. Yes, at times he is at fault, and yes, he may be stopping some of the big fights, but he's also making big fights as well. So give the man credit where he's deserved as well. He deserves a lot of credit when he makes these big fights. You know, he deserves stick like every promoter does, but give him credit when it's due as well. And for what he's done, making Porter Spence and making Thurman Pacquiao, you've got to give the guy a lot of credit, because they are two super, in my opinion, two huge fights, and two meaningful fights in the welterweight division, getting us close to an undisputed champion. And that's what the fans want to see. So yeah, guys, leave your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.